Cameroon is a crucial election. Everyone knows about it. It's the final day of campaigning ahead of Cameroon's highly anticipated presidential election slated for October 12, 2025. That is tomorrow, Sunday. As the clock ticks towards midnight, political parties are making their last appeals to voters in a race that could reshape the nation's future. Tonight, we take a stock in the campaign trail, the key messages and the stakes with two special guests, representatives of major political parties, here to give us through their words before the polls tomorrow, October 12, 2025. We'll be right back just after the jingle. We'll not take much of your time. It's time for us to know our guests, and we have two guests today. Unfortunately, one is yet to arrive studio, but we'll begin with the person that is right here with us. He's called Ekonde Benedict Etongo, a militant of the PCRN party of Cabral Libi. How are you doing, Ekonde?
Good day to you. Good day to all your millions of viewers. Good day to the Cameroonians in the streets who are enduring all the pains and desire change so much. We're happy for your invite, and we pray that this opportunity will help us and the Cameroonians who are watching us today to make a right choice tomorrow, the 12th of October, which is Honorable Cabral Libi. All right, just to make our audience know that you left all the way from Boya, the southwest region, just for the program of today.
Yes, and I need to get back there to.
I was not easy to get in here.
It's very, very difficult. You know, the endurance which we face day by day on the streets. You know, especially the entrance of Bonaberry from Bikoko. It is too bad. We cannot even say from Bikoko, because if you leave the entrance from Tiko, from when the delegate came and said the roads are bad till date, and we are voting tomorrow, so we should understand that there is still time for us to reflect on what we are supposed to choose tomorrow, the 12th of October.
You can bear with me that a lot have been adjusted.
There is nothing which has been adjusted.
It's concerned,
There
right?
is nothing which has been adjusted, please. There is nothing which has been adjusted.
We are expecting a second guest. We just hope that she's going to join us. She's Chantal Kambiwa. She's National President of Cameroon Front and Party of the UDC in this presidential race, and she's a National Coordinator of UDC of Tomainun Damjoya. Like I said, we plead that she joins us before the end of the program. We did our best to get to a representative of other political parties, but it was not an easy task. But we are happy that those who answered to response are here with us this evening. Before we start or get into the conversation tonight, I would like us to watch this report by Pius, the Pius party of Serge Espoir Matomba. He held a major campaign rally on Friday, and this Saturday the event unfolded in a vibrant and festive atmosphere, bringing together candidates and his energized supporters. Let's watch. Like a head of state, Serge Espoir Matomba was greeted by massive and enthusiastic crowds in Douala on the large tents. Excited supporters expressed their commitment to the Pius candidates. Following the national anthem, the event transitions into a giant concert at Petit Terrain Bonamusadi. Artists and entertainers loyal to the party use their arts to mobilize and deliver power messages to the population. Serge Espoir Matomba took the stage to present his political vision, one that reflects the expectations and hopes of the base.
Il détaille très bien son projet. Il a dit qu'il commencera d'abord par la réécriture de la Constitution.
Je crois qu'il serait le bienvenu, peut-être celui qu'on attendait.
Religious leaders were also present, offering blessings for the candidates and the upcoming election. For Serge Espoir Matomba, the time for change has come, a transformation he believes Pius is ready to deliver.
Les Camerounais ont un seul mot dans leur bouche, changement. Mais à côté du changement, nous amenons les Camerounais à comprendre la nécessité de la rupture. La rupture avec un système qui dure depuis des années.
Confident and determined, the APU's first secretary says he is fully prepared to take on the October 12th presidential election. And with me in the studio is Benedict Etongo Ekonve. He is militant of the PCRN party. We are just counting hours and the campaign ends at midnight. And tomorrow, Cameroonians will be going to vote a new leader that is going to lead Cameroon in the next 7 years. But now, how do you evaluate your party's performance over the past 2 weeks?
We have been fervent.
You're talking about campaigns here, right?
Yes, we are talking about campaigns, you know. We have been fervent, you know. The wave which began in Cliquez has taken us to the north and everywhere in Cameroon, and I believe that we have impacted much the Cameroonians, not only with what our vision, but with what we aspire to give the Cameroonians when we are in power.
All right, but you have been in major cities. Now, you've been all around Cameroon. Now, what message were you taking to Cameroonians, especially in communities?
Yes, Madam, thank you for that. Our message has always been constant: a Cameroon that protects and unleashes energy. We have a vision, we have a mission, we have a methodology in which we want to use. And what is our vision? We see Cameroon as a country which is rich in diversity. We see Cameroon as a country which is rich in human resources. We see Cameroon as a country which is much, I will not say possessed, but engulfed with so many talents, you know. And we believe that it is the right time for us to sit down and reflect and give our message straight to the people, let them understand that the 11 axes that we have in our manifesto is the right choice for Cameroonians to really vote for Honorable Cabral Libi.
Can you point out some of the priorities on your manifesto?
Yes, as to the priorities, you know, Honorable Cabral Libi always says his major priority is giving food to the people, which it goes along with community federalism. But one of the first point of the 11 axis is corruption. You know, our state of mind today. If you define corruption, corruption is not only about the theft which we see in the government, and which even the outgoing president have named his regime, his oligarchs as white-collar thieves. And you know, it is not only about thieves. Even in our mind, in schools, we see children are so corrupt. So our first mission is corruption, and the way we want to use to tackle corruption is just in 3 points. The first point is, you know, to protect those who denounce corruption. You know, if you live, madam, you agree with me that if you live in a home and you have a daughter, and every time your husband comes in, she will always denounce something, and if you want to beat that child, you know, the husband will protect you. You know, the child will always be free to denounce corruption. So I believe that the first part of our manifesto is to protect those who denounce corruption.
I would like the technicians the other way to be sending us images of Cabral Libi on the field of PCRN activities, the campaign for the past 2 weeks. Yes.
The second part of the mission in corruption is asset declaration. You know, there have been a constitution since 1996 for public servants to declare their assets, which has never been the case till date. And one of our mission is to induce these public administrators to declare their wealth, and also improvement of purchasing power, you know. Also digitalizing the system. We need to digitalize all the public system. You know, if you go, every time you go and pay in money to somebody's hands, you always give that person the tendency of being corrupt. You know, maybe he might have a problem or something, and he will tend to use that money. So we will believe that if we digitalize the system, everywhere you go in Cameroon, you should not pay you should pay directly online. And that is one of the aspects even that Honorable Cabral Libi has always been saying, that we need to be sovereign. You know, Cameroon needs to have its own sovereign internet. We need to have our own sovereign internet so that we can control, because even as we say that we have to digitalize the system, and we are not sovereign with a unique internet system, just like
in China and all the other countries, we will not achieve it. And I think corruption is one of our main target in our axis.
And what has been the reaction of the population towards some of the projects and how you intend to handle them?
Madam,
when you get the leadership position?
I have been in the Southwest. I'm the campaign manager of the Southwest, and I have toured Southwest, and I believe that there have been so much smear on the social media about Honorable Cabral-Libi, and even people have not been so, the communication, just because of the tense nature of Southwest, has made so many of us to scare away from going into the hinterland, into Southwest, to explain to the people really what is community federalism, how can it save the people. It is the best form of decentralization you can give to the people of Northwest and Southwest, which will help a lot. I don't want to go into details about the separatists who have come along and giving a bit of push when they listen to this community federalism. How does it impact the people? In my journey in the Southwest, everywhere I go, some people sometimes bring up the stories of, Ila Vandu, he did. Then I ask them, give me proof, and they cannot give proof. And I bring the community federalism to them. I bring the mission to them. A Cameroon that wants to protect and unleash energy. A Cameroon that will transform the 58 divisions that we have to 25 regions, and call them autonomous community regions. Let me tell you something, madam. Every federalism, remember Dr. Julius Ngo, he once said that the federalism that we once had, which was a two-state federalism, did not take into consideration our uniqueness, our diversity. If someone proposes to you to go back to that two-state federation, meaning we are going to federate again French and English. If you go back to the 10-state federation, meaning that we are going to federate the colonial federation. But if we take into consideration that we have anthropological ties, cultural and economic affinities, and you regroup these people together, the Bassa people today are split over, as they are in, I'm sure, in 4 regions. The Sawa people are in so many, are in 2 regions or 3. You go to Nso, the Nso people are they are right down to Lebialem and all the rest. If you regroup these people, just like the other federations that we see, you take federation, you take the communities. Communities are made up of ethnicities. Take these ethnicities which already form a community and make a federation. I believe that will be the first and the best. If community federalism takes in place today, we don't have what is called again Francophone and Anglophone zone, because they will map out the regions from the community and not more the Anglophone and the Francophone. So I really think that our message has been welcoming in the Southwest, and I can tell you that of recent, just a few days ago, yesterday, Enekam had to give us more time, so we should come and deposit our documents for agents, workers of the polling agents. And madam, you will be surprised that in Lebi-Alem, I have more than 100 and something polling stations, and we are represented in all the polling stations in Lebi-Alem. You understand? So I really believe that the message has been welcoming all over Southwest, not only Lebi-Alem, in Boya, all polling regions. We are still mobilizing. The message has been felt in the Southwest region, and I believe that Cameroonians need to understand that it is time. It is time for us to unleash this energy that we have. We need to test our resources. We need to go closer to our resources. Cameroonians need to take part in managing the resources. We need to take part, in reforming the justice system, our educational system. We need to understand that social protection is what we need. National security is what we need to reform. So I believe that the people of Southwest, they have really been impacted about the message which Honorable Cabral-Libi is giving out.
All right. We equally caught up with the presidential flag bearer of the UDC party, Cameroon Democratic Union. The flag bearer is Tomaino Damjoya. She is a lone woman in the race, and yesterday in Fumon, she had her last campaign ahead of the October 12 presidential election, that is tomorrow, and she has called on voters to be vigilant and mobilize to Sunday's critical vote. She ended her campaign in Fumban. That's a strong base. Now let's watch this story. Militants and supporters of the Cameroon Democratic Union gathered in large numbers in Fumban to rally behind Patricia Hemin Tomaino Damjoya, the only female candidate in the October 12 presidential election. For a final campaign offensive, Tomaino Damjoya chose her political stronghold, Fumban, to deliver her closing message to the nation. During the massive rally, the UDC national president outlined her political program and issued final instructions to her supporters. She called on voters to be vigilant and mobilize for Sunday's critical vote. At Fumban's ceremonial square, the atmosphere was already celebratory, a symbolic victory parade even before the ballots are cast. In this festive mood, UDC militants parted ways with high hopes, confidence in securing a resounding victory for Honorable Patricia Hemin Tomaino Damjoya. That was a campaign of Hemin Tomaino Damjoya in a strong base. That is Fumban. That was yesterday where she ended her campaign and she called on voters to have confidence in her. Now I want to get back to our guest that is in the studio here with us. He is Ekunde Benedict of the PCRN party of Cabra Olebi. Now I want to ask, was it easy for you to successfully deploy your teams across all 10 regions of Cameroon campaigning?
Yes, madam. The Cameroon's Party for National Reconciliation, CPNR, has always been on the field. Has always on the field, not only today, you know. With the movement we had from 2017, 11 million citizens, our mission was not only to go out and sensitize the people on their civic rights to go and register, of which we have been the only party since 2017 to constantly be on field, to mobilize. That's why we don't have so much gesticulations when we are on field, because we are sure
that we're in all 10 regions of Cameroon.
Yes, we are
campaign in the last 2 weeks.
Yes, we are in all 10 regions of Cameroon doing campaign. So we have been mobilizing since 2017, and it has been so successful. If I can tell you that in Lebi Alem, we have militants in Lebi Alem, you can understand what I'm saying. So I really think that the Cameroonian people have felt the impact of the Cameroon's Party of National Reconciliation, and they are ready to vote Honorable Cabral Lebi as the president of Cameroon on the 12th of October.
Now, getting into the suburbs and meeting the people, meeting the rural women, I mean, was the same? Is it how do you make the message easier for them to understand your vision, what you want?
You know, madam,
because sometimes we realize a lot of political parties through his campaign period, I mean, the grassroots, because the same language, what language did you use to vehicle your message?
The same language which we have been using, a Cameroon that protects and unleashes energy, you know. In our party, we have sectors by sectors, we have sections, you know. We have what we call the ladies, we have the ladies handicaps, we have the youth, we have so many subs, and in every region, we have, like what you were talking about, the youth, the women affair. In every region, we already have the ladies, and it was very successful. Why? Because when we go in there, they already know that even if you say CPN, everybody already know that you say truth, love, peace. So it was very easy for us to get our message in. We use those who are already on ground to get into the hinterland and just continue sharing the message of unleashing energy and rupture for progress.
But the message is different when you have to talk to youths, and because you segment your target groups. Now, how do you segment it?
No, it is very easy. Why? Because even in
we're talking about campaign here, because I know it's a very tedious one. And today we're trying to evaluate 2 weeks of campaign. It's unfortunate that we don't have the other political parties that are accepted to be here, but at least you're here with us.
Yeah, you know, in your message that you carry, you know, the youths, what do they want to hear? If in our 11 axis we talk about education, we talk about justice reform, you know, so many in our judicial system, they say justice delayed is justice denied, and we already feel it in. And Honorable Cabral Lebi, as a jurist and a journalist, you know, one of his targets is reforming the justice system. And when you go to the youth and you tell them about reforming the justice system, talking about how to encourage
they don't just talk about reforming, you go on the ground to make them understand.
Yeah, we make them understand.
By telling them what concretely during these 2 weeks of campaign?
We tell them concretely what we want to do from the first day Honorable Cabral Libi is elected president, that everything is going to change, not only for the best, but for what the forefathers who fought for Cameroon, the sovereignty that they fought for, the independence that they really desired for, the uniqueness of the Cameroonian personality that they wanted to portray to the Cameroonian, that they wanted to give to the Cameroonian personality, is going to be met on the 12th, at the eve of 12th of October 2025.
All right.
By voting Honorable Cabral.
So we're talking about youth here. Now, specifically, what message, because I know the message I have to youths is going to be different from how you target women, the handicap and the rest. Now, let's talk about youths.
Okay, for the youths, I already talked about justice reform.
Okay.
I talked about sports, how we need to encourage sports. We need to make the youths, especially of the Southwest, especially the youths of the Southwest, who are, some of them, unfortunately, are in the bushes, and some of them are in the streets. Some of them lack jobs, you know. Community federalism is coming to save us from the stress, you know. Giving power, giving autonomy to the local authority will help us build the 50 or 60 units of transformation that Honorable Cabral Libi has promised, you know. We don't have good roads. Giving autonomy directly to the local community will help the youths to transfer their products maybe from the farm to the market, or where they want to sell it, just because the local authorities will have the means to build their roads. The local authorities will have the means to build their hospitals, to build their educational system, to choose for themselves which cultural ties are going to govern them. So I really believe the youths are they say the youths are the leaders of tomorrow, and these are the youths today who are struggling to take power. And if we can take power and we dissect these powers and give it to the local authorities, I believe that the youths are going to be favorable in the local development.
And the women.
And the women. Thank you again for the women. You know, the women are our mothers. They are our mothers. If there is no good justice system, the mothers are suffering. If there is no good education, the mothers are suffering. If your child is at home and he has played ball for so long, and there is no means for that child maybe to have an encouragement, you know, to foster his education or his sporting activities, is going to be a problem. If the mothers, they don't have social protection, one of our axes is social protection, which is mandatory health. You know, within the first axe, one of the axes, social protection, mandatory health it's a preoccupation. We have a lot of mothers today who are suffering from so many illnesses, and they cannot go to the hospitals. Honorable Cabral Libi has brought up this wonderful initiative that if we can have a social fund, and everything you do in the government, there is a particular percentage which is removed from tax and kept into a fund when you're registered, and you have a card which we call mandatory insurance health card. Anywhere you are and you are sick, you can get your medical attendance so fastly, and minimum wage raised to 140,000. Fair housing reform skipped, rents, limited deposit, fast justice system. You know, these are the advantages that our mothers, they need. And if our mothers who are even in the farm, they know that the local government is building their roads, and that they can take their food from the farm to the road,
to the market,
to export to the market, they will be. If we can have processing units, you know. We don't have processing units in Cameroon. Look at what is happening like in Boya. In Boya, people, they cultivate a lot of tomatoes nowadays. But Boya does not have a transforming unit that can transform the tomato into cans. You understand? So these are the encouragement. These are the things that we need to vote Honorable Cabral Libi, because it is going to be possible. Cameroon is a very rich country. 20% of our national territory is covered with gold. Those who are in the north, they have diamonds, but they are suffering. Everywhere in Cameroon is blessed with natural resources. We have cocoa, we have timber, we have everything. We just have to plant transforming units. Cabral Libi has promised that in 5 years, he's going to build 60 transforming units of production to transform all of those things in every region in Cameroon. So I believe that this is the best way to encourage mothers, the youths, and the old to vote for Cabral Libi as the next president of Cameroon.
All right, on the final day of campaigning before Cameroon's presidential election, a Day One district showed strong support for incumbent President Paul Biya. Massive rallies led by Minister Jean-Enes Masina Ngale Bibehe. Let's watch this story. On the eve of Cameroon's October 12 presidential election, support for President Paul Biya is gaining momentum in Day One. Jean-Enes Masina Ngale Bibehe, president of the Senegal Maritime Divisional Campaign Commission, is leading a vigorous mobilization campaign aimed at winning over undecided voters. During a rally held at St. Palmier Stadium, the Minister of Transport highlighted the achievements of the head of state and ongoing development projects, calling on voters to once again trust the father of the renewal.
Travaille en bonne harmonie avec les 11 présidents de ces arrondissements. Nous avons un challenge permanent et nous avons un challenge commun, celui d'améliorer les conditions de vie des populations ici en Senegal maritime. Et c'est pour cela que nous travaillons la main dans la main.
Ngale Bibehe also held meetings with traditional leaders and natives of the center, south and east regions living in a Day One. Through their spokesperson, the groups expressed unwavering support for Paul Biya, whom they refer to as their natural candidate.
À mon humble avis, je pense que les élections se déroulent très bien selon le programme qui a été tracé.
Même si je prêche à les convaincus, Paul Biya fait beaucoup pour nous. Paul Biya fait beaucoup pour la Senegal maritime. Je peux passer 1 heure pour vous raconter les réalisations du chef de l'État dans Senegal maritime. Il y a idée.
The strong mobilization reflects a collective determination to back the incumbent president, driven by the renewed sense of hope as the nation approaches election day. And that was CPDM A Day One campaigning for incumbent President Paul Biya. And the Marion Stadium was fully adorned in colors of Cameroon's People's Democratic Movement this Saturday, as hundreds of supporters and militants gathered to reaffirm. We're talking about images from our technicians that should be seen on our screens. Hundreds of supporters and militants gathered to reaffirm their unwavering support for President Paul Biya just days before the presidential election. This rally, organized by the second political unit of Vuri, served as the final show of strength before the vote, despite heavy rain. Traditional authorities, administrative officials, and numerous guests turned out in large numbers, showcasing their commitments to the ruling party. Banners, posters, chants, and speeches electrified the stadium, while key speakers took the floor to call for continued trust in the head of state. Hervé Emmanuel Come, a key figure in the campaign, used a platform to encourage voters to head to the polls and secure victory for his party. Let's listen.
Nous voulons inviter les uns les autres de prendre le train de l'espérance et de la grandeur de l'espérance pour ne pas rater cette évolution de notre pays. Nous assumons 43 ans de pouvoir de Paul Biya qui nous ont garanti dans un monde en plein tumulte et ébullition la paix, la sécurité et l'unité.
We are still accompanied by Benedict Sekunde. Unfortunately, the second militant of the UDC party is yet to join us, and we continue the program. This time around, Benedict Sekunde, I would like to find out, what will you describe the reception of Cameroonians during campaign grounds during these 2 weeks? We had huge crowds.
Yes,
following up.
We have a large 15 million Cameroonians who are eligible to vote. Okay. And the 3 million, I'm sure from the last population census that we have more than 3 million Cameroonians. Every Cameroonian from north to south, east to west desire change. And the reception which we have seen in these few days is just for us to believe that Cameroonians are tired. Cameroonians are tired and they need change. It's unfortunate that so many of these candidates, so many of these presidential candidates did not adhere to the cry, you know, especially of Honorable Cabral Libi from 2017, pleading that 11 million citizens, madam. If you know what is the meaning of 11 million citizens, he was just trying to encourage people that, please, these 15 million people who are so eager for change, let's go and register on the electoral list. Let's induce people to register on the electoral list. For how many years? I'm sure since 1990, we have only had 6 million registered on the electoral list. It's just this year that we have 8 million. 6 million registered on the electoral list. 3 million people go and vote. And a majority, just 1 million and something or 2 millions, they go and they vote for the president. So if we had to mobilize 11 million people to go and vote in this process, and protect and secure our vote and secure our vote, I really believe that things would have been marvelous. But you see, majority of these people who are outside, they don't have their voters card. That's why in the Cameroon's Party for National Reconciliation, we have not only been mobilizing, but when we go into the hinterland, we help people to get their voters card. We keep databases. That's how we succeeded to win 5 parliamentary seats, 7 mayors, more than 200 councillors, of which is going to be a great deal in 2026 twin election which is coming. I really believe that the reception of the people has been massive, and we are going to encourage them, especially those who already have their voters card, to go and vote for Honorable Cabral Libi. It is the best choice of Cameroon, and it is a choice for change, and together we succeed together.
Now, do you believe in the crowds?
I'm not going to be realistic if I say I believe in the crowds. I believe in the voters' cards. I believe in those who are going to secure the votes tomorrow. I believe in those who are going to secure, you know, even in as much as the crowds will help to maybe cheer maybe those who are having their voters card and who are, you know, so many things have happened along the electoral process which have scared people a lot. So many people with their voters card. I've met so many people while we walk to the door-and-door campaign. Some people saying that they don't want to vote, but I really think this crowd, you know, it will encourage some people to go and vote. So it is all welcoming. It's all welcoming. They just need to be encouraged and vote for.
Now, what is the underlying message around this massive crowd, according to PCRN? Now,
Change.
what analysis do you draw?
Change.
During the 2 weeks of campaign, because we saw crowds around PCRN, whether in Douala and rest of the country, where we had people, coming to you, listening to your message. Now, what underlying message and what analysis do you make of the crowds?
The analysis is clear, madam. It is very clear. Cameroonians need change. Cameroonians desire change. Cameroonians they need to, as we always say it in the Cameroon's Party for National Reconciliation, we need to protect and unleash the Cameroonian energy. The energy which we have seen just a few days ago is just small, you know. If we are given more time, we just had just 2 weeks for campaign. If Cameroonians were given more time, you know, to go out there to campaign, to register on the electoral list first. You know, if there was much awareness to register on the electoral list and giving time maybe for campaign, you know, so many things will happen in Cameroon, you know. I really believe that the message that Honorable Cabral Libi is bringing out, especially in one of our axes, which is the state reform of wiping out the École Normale d'Administration, I'm sure, ENAM. You know, it is very strategic for Cameroon. Why? Because a National School of Administration and Public Management is what we need. A National School of Administration and Public Management. A National School of Economics and Finance. A National School of Magistracy. A registries and judicial profession. You know, we need to cut off even the how do they call it? The police. How do they call this police? We need to cut it out. We need to depolicize the army. We need to cut out the police from the presidency and give their own unit. There are so many things that we need to reform in our administration which will give autonomy, freedom and fairness to our judicial system, fairness to our army, fairness in our education, and even in our health system. We need more benefits from the government. Why? Because they are devouring our resources, and we are lamenting in the streets.
Now, on the eve of the polls, the rival political parties, rather the Social Democratic Front and the ruling CPDM parties have rallies in Boya, that is today in the southwest region for Cameroon, each urging supporters to vote massively for their respective candidate. Let's watch the story with our reporter Salih Sharifa.
The SDF's national chairman, Honorable Joshua Ossi, have told supporters in Boya, southwest region of Cameroon, on the eve of elections that federalism remains central to the party's vision for a united and prosperous Cameroon. Addressing hundreds of party militants, Ossi argued that a federal system would restore peace, ensure fairness, and strengthen democracy in the country's two Anglophone regions.
Passed through the Tole to Limbe. In fact, we saw people were so happy. Being the D-Day to do our election, let us vote like people who know a great change, and we pray that SDF should take power.
He also outlined the party's priorities, including reforming state institutions, creating jobs, guaranteeing free education, and ensuring affordable health care. Meanwhile, the ruling CPDM party concluded its campaign for the Fako 3 constituency in Boya, with top officials calling on voters to renew their trust in the party's leadership.
They have listened to the message we brought to them that our own candidate is President Paul Biya.
All right, thanks for watching that story, and I'll get back to my guest who is right here with me, and we are talking about campaign messages, attitudes, analysis, and a few days to a day to the presidential election in Cameroon, that is October 12, 2025. And I would like to ask on the attitude, your attitude of your candidate during this period. How do you analyze the attitude of your candidate? Has he been fair? Has in his choice of words, his attitude, how he talks, address the public and others?
One of our president's characteristics, Honorable Cabral Libi, is that he is constant. He has always been so constant. He has always been so serene and calm, and defending the Cameroonian people has always been his initiative. He has always been his il appelle ça en français socle. It has always been his basic needs for the Cameroonian has always been centered on protecting and unleashing that energy, which in the campaign it has always been the same message. So I think there is nothing different with Honorable Cabral Libi. The only thing which Cameroonians they need to do is vote the orange ballot paper.
And what analysis do you make of his daily letters? Because on his Facebook page, he had a daily letter message to Cameroonians. Now, a quick one. Now, what analysis? I want an in-depth analysis on that, because it was a reflection on what he thinks, what he views, his vision about Cameroon, his country.
His daily campaign message has been centered on his vision to protect and unleash energy. His ideology, which is community federalism, and his methodology, which has always been Cameroon to rupture and progress for Cameroonian people. And in one of his last axis is unleashing wealth and jobs. The message that he has always been carrying to unleash wealth and jobs is creating of an industrial and investment bank. Free land title and for customary owners. The Cameroonian Party for National Reconciliation and Honorable Cabral Libi has always been saying Cameroon is a very rich country. No doubt about it. If you imagine that they can catch a minister with his wife with the billions of CFA trying to burn it, you just imagine that there are so many of them who have embezzled a lot of our money, which is supposed to be a main factor of our development, a part of our human resources that we have, and we want to unleash that energy. So I really think that the message has always been constant,
And his daily letter has always been
steadfast. With his letter,
yes, every day and day. And it's not today, you know. Honorable Cabral Libi has always been online since 2017 till date. He has never changed. He has always been on the field. He has always been to address people, to defend the Cameroonians in the parliament. You know, he's the only Cameroonian that has done that. And the financial law was rectified. You remember, he went and said the financial law, the financial law of that year. I'm sure they gave a short time for them to analyze, to understand, and he went into the parliament. I'm sure Honorable Joshua Ositu was behind him. He get the microphone down and say, enough is enough. Cameroon is a state of law, and we need to respect these laws. So I really think Honorable Cabral Libi and the orange ballot paper is the best choice for Cameroonians. It's the best choice for the people of Northwest and Southwest to end this crisis. Honorable Cabral Libi, in his passage in the Anglophone regions, he said that even if it means for him to delocalize the presidency from Yaoundé to Southwest, he's going to do it to solve the crisis. So I really believe that Cameroonians in our numbers, we need to go and vote the orange ballot paper and put Cabral Libi the president of Cameroon.
All right. Now, I want us to go to Kribi. Two CPDM bets on proximity to bolster support, and in Kribi, to Cameroon's People's Democratic Movement is banking on grassroots proximity to consolidate voters' confidence ahead of the October 12th presidential election. The president of the Divisional Campaign Commission, Jules de Rendongo, along with Lucien Celestine Piano, led a dynamic field visit to Corbiteng Market, one of the most active hubs in the coastal city, with just hours remaining before the campaign officially ends. The outing sought to rekindle the militant spirit, strengthen direct community engagement, and underline stakes of Sunday's vote, from traders to taxi drivers. Many locals opposed the activities to interact with the visiting delegation. Handshakes, chants of Pobia, and pledges to support fill the air, given the visit decided energizing tone. CPDM officials also use the opportunity to distribute campaign materials, remind voters of the party's achievements, and reaffirmed their candidates' vision for continuity and stability. As the sun sets on campaign period, the party's focus remains clear: mobilize every last supporter and ensure a strong turnout at the polls. We're talking here about Kribi, where the CPDM were campaigning for the incumbent President Paul Biya. And we have someone just joined us, a representative of a political party. She is the national coordinator of the UDC party of Tomaino Ndamjoya, the only woman in the race. I just want to inform you that she's just coming out from a plane and just left the Douala International Airport to here, and that's why we could not have on time. You're welcome, Chantal Kambiwa.
Thank you.
Now, how are you doing?
Fine.
I know it was not easy reaching here. You have to take a breath,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Now, you're national coordinator of the UDC party, and we are few hours to the votes. That is tomorrow, October 12, 2025. Now, what is analysis you make of, or what evaluation do you make of your campaign so far? 2 weeks on.
First of all, on behalf of Ermina Patricia Tomaino Ndamjoya, we want to thank the population who welcomed us during our campaign. In a few hours, we are ending the campaign, but we were happy. We were happy for the enthusiasm of the population to see a woman make change, to see a mother coming to Etudi. Why not a woman? Because she's a mother. You cannot see a woman eating without his children as eight.
Okay.
Yes, mother are there. What is it to bring change to people? What is it to make politics? Is to bring solution of the problem of the population. We can see every day A woman is there to bring solution to our problems. And the family is the small example of the society. Why not a woman?
All right.
Why not a mother?
Now, what's the message throughout this campaign? What's the underlying message that your candidate, Tomaino Damjoya, the lone one in the race, that was given out to the public, to the population?
Yes, we want...
What do you retain for this 2 weeks? What's the underlying message?
Yes, the underlying message is that 55 years, men have been governing our country. We are still suffering. Let us try with a woman. Women are 52% of the population, and politics, campaign, election is a question of numbers. We are calling all the women to come as one woman and vote Patricia Tomaino Damjoya, because we are more than a half of the population, and we are the one complaining every day. We have problem. No matter the political party we belong, we have the same problem. We will soon make the rural women. We have problems. 8th of March, we have problems. Don't talk about the widows. We have so many problems. Without knowing the political party we are. Tomorrow we want to say that it's not a question of political parties. It's a question to send a strong message. A strong message to this Cameroon that women are there and they need change. Soon we will be having municipal and legislative. Women will be at the end of the list. If you vote Emina, Tomaino, Patricia tomorrow, it's a strong message to send to them that we're not fools. We know what is going on. The game should be over. We are mothers. We don't want our children dying, and we cannot act. We want to bring change, real change.
And you think that women are yielding to your call? They are getting the message, the women you're talking to? Because no, Cameroon makes up 52% of women. And a lot of women have registered, have more than 3 million women that have registered to vote.
Yes.
Now, do you think the women have heard your message?
Why not? Maureen, tomorrow you will know that those women listen to us, because they are not thinking, they are feeling the pain of the governance of today. They are feeling the pain of 66 years of government of men. We don't want to put men aside. No, we just want to try with a woman. Why not? A mother, we know what a mother means. Tomorrow, my sister, my mothers, don't think about your political party. I'm not asking you to come to Cameroon Front, where I'm the leader. We are not asking you to even go to CGU, to Patricia Damjoya party, but we just want this bulletin. Look, yellow gold. The unique women, the unique woman candidate for this election. Vote for her, please, to send a strong message. Vote for her, because Patricia, Ermina, Tomaino Damjoya in Etuji, we will feel better. We are always wearing this wrapper of 8th of March, rural women. It's because we are one. We have the same problem. Why not end with those problems by taking this ballot paper?
All right. Thank you so much. On this final day of campaigning, supporters and sympathizers of the Cameroon Democratic Front gathered at TFA Stadium in New Bell, Douala. The crowd was made up mostly of young people eager to see their candidate. We are talking about Hiram Yodi emerged victorious in the October 2025 presidential election. One of the key messages delivered during this closing rally was a strong call to vote for the grey ballot paper. We are talking about seeing images of Hiram, who was campaigning at the last hours today at New Bell, and he called on all to vote for him come tomorrow, October 12, 2025. And now I want to come back, since we've had the PCRN has been talking. Let me get back to you before I get back to him. Now, give us a strong message or projects that if Cameroonians vote for Tomaino. it will make them change their lives tomorrow.
Maureen, you know in our society what is going on.
Because I'm sure you've been going around, I'm sure you've presented your projects to them, your vision, what you intend to do when you get into power. Now, what are those things that you touch that when they hear you, they'll just cast the
Look,
boots?
you know that the Cameroon has ratified many laws to protect women, but none of those laws works. The application is bad, is wrong, and women are dying. What is it to preserve a life? Patricia is coming to preserve lives of the half of the population. Women are being killed. Our daughter raped, dying when they are giving birth. Why don't you think that is a good program? Nothing is among a life of the people. Patricia is coming to tell to our children, don't go to the sea to die on the sea.
How will you describe the reception, how Cameroonians received her?
Very well, because they saw a woman courageous to come and say, look, I'm a mother, stop crying, don't cry again, I'm coming to resolve your problem. That is the message. When you are crying, it means that you are not happy. If a mother say, don't cry again, that means she has something to give you. Those youth, they are not only there to go and be dying on the sea. Why not? Can you see a mother eating when the child didn't eat? Now is many mothers are on the street selling granules to send children to school. If Patricia is a to D, we are going to make it more easier for women. Even for those fathers, some fathers cannot be in peace. You know, peace is not just absence of war. Peace is also a state of mind. If you don't know what to eat tomorrow, you cannot sleep in peace. You cannot be at peace. If you don't know if your student is going to school or not, you cannot be at peace. And Patricia is coming to say that our country must be among all the political strategy we are making. Peace is essential. Tomorrow we are going to election, we are going to vote, and we know what election bring to other countries. Cameroon have to preserve. Cameroon have to be among everything. Nobody is more than Cameroon.
All right, thank you so much. Just to emphasize that she ended her campaign yesterday in Fumban, which is her stronghold, and we had images here already on our screen with a massive crowd of persons behind her. We can see images on our screen. And now I want to turn back to Benedict for PCRN. The election is tomorrow. How ready is your party for tomorrow's election?
Yes, madam, thank you again. Welcome home.
Thank you.
It is it has been a strategic course for us, and the readiness is not from this campaign season. The readiness has been since 2017, and I think after the tour of our national president, we are more ready than ever. And please, if you can give me a small because there is an essential point of his 11 axis, which is preserving our Africanity and national sovereignty. Preserving an Africanity, you know, community federalism is one of a key point of preserving our Africanity. And in his point, he says a parliamentary chambers of traditional rulers and religious leaders. You know, if we can induce, if we can put in our parliament or in our senate, that's what he says, you know, our traditional rulers and religious leaders, that's 60% of our senate is supposed to be, which are the wise men, are supposed to be the traditional rulers and the religious leaders. It will have a great impact to keep our Africanity and also preservation of our sovereignty. You know, food self-sufficiency for Cameroonians and a bread basket of our agricultural sector to the Central Africa is going to be a big sovereignty for us. And also our currency. You know, Honorable Cabral-Libi says that the creation of a national currency or local exchange currency, which is a binary currency, is going to be a great boost to our sovereignty. He talked about coming out of UMAC. You know, UMAC has always been a thorn to our flesh.
But if we stay in the CEMAC region and get out of UMAC, we are going to be the bread basket of agriculture in the Central Africa, and we will exchange with our own currency.
Right.
I really believe that the message is heard.
Now, I want to ask the same question to Chantal Kambiwa. How ready is your party for tomorrow's election? We are counting us already.
Look, the time of campaign, we have been explaining.
Campaign ends at midnight.
I know. That is why I'm saying that this is the conclusion for this evening. Our program, we distributed our program, we explained it. Now is the time to tell to people what to do tomorrow.
All right, and what should they do tomorrow?
They hook up, go to the police station and choose this ballot paper.
All right, and now
the yellow.
Okay, now
the yellow gold with the unique women on it. That is this, Maureen. The other talks we talked before. Tomorrow is the final.
Is a ballot paper that should be talking tomorrow, right?
Yes, it's the ballot paper. All those programs, you know, people have been pulling out program with intelligent artificial. What kind of program you cannot put out? You can put out many things. Are you going to do it? Now we are telling you about practice in concrete. A mother who helps the family. This is at the level of a 2D. This is the key.
Okay.
Talks are finished.
Okay. Now we're talking about polling agents. Are you going to ensure that you have polling agents in all polling centers?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's not easy. As a national coordinator of Tomaino campaign, it was not easy, but we are counting also of the patriotism of people.
Patriotism of Cameroonians.
Yes, of Cameroonians. Okay. To know that election is a very delicate situation. You see, we are not there to believe that people will go at this level with the example they saw in other African to try to reap election again. This is very dangerous for our country. But we put people in the station to look for our vote, because the vote of Patricia is the vote of the people, which means everyone is going to take care to be sure that by the end of the day, women say yes. We are not stupid. We know what we want and we know where we are going, and we are telling to them, forget your political party. This is not a question of political party. It's a question of governance and good governance. No matter which political party you belong to, we have the same problem, and we know the key. Who better than a mother can know how and when the children are feeling bad? So please, tomorrow is the end. Talks finish. The programs are
known already?
Yes, are known already. You can find them on WhatsApp, web, and so on. This is the key. Tomorrow, go and vote. Don't be afraid. Nothing will do. If we don't send a strong message, we are more than 52% of this population. Why not a mother? Why not a
I'm sure the message has gone through, and we are just counting hours, because at exactly midnight campaign ends, and in the far north region or the northern parts of Cameroon, we had two candidates, Belobuba Maigari and Issa Truma Bakari, that campaigned in those areas. Belobuba Maigari, leader of the National Union for Democracy and Progress, brought together thousands of supporters, as well as Issa Truma Bakari. Their message centered on peace, development, and regional empowerment, calling on voters to stand by the candidate who understand the realities for Cameroonians. They want Cameroonians to cast their votes and impact a change in the ballot box. We equally talk about Cabral Alibi. I want to end with President Cabral Alibi has spent his last campaign day in the South region today as part of his ongoing tour. He began in Abalmayo. I'm talking about images where our technicians are providing us with images where he addressed supporters and he reiterated his promises for economic transformation and youth empowerment. From there, he moved to Ebolowa, the regional capital, where he met with local leaders and enhance his plans to boost agriculture infrastructure developments. As night falls, Cabral is currently in Call Me Tech, continuing his outreach to voters. That's images right now. He's right now campaigning at Call Me Tech. He has calls on the population to turn out not massively on October 12th and vote for a new era under his leadership. We are talking about Cabral that's currently campaigning in the south region of Cameroon. Now we have come to the end of the program. Bert, we have to get your last messages to Cameroonians. I will start with you, Benedict.
Yes, thank you again.
Your message to Cameroonians as the vote tomorrow.
Cameroonians from east to west, north to south. We have gone through a long way. It has been 42 years of misery, of which Cameroon has abundant national resources and even human resources. I think Cameroonians are feeling the pains from east to west, north and south, and it is time for us to unleash this energy. It's time for us to protect the Cameroonian energy. We need to give multinationality to people so that our diaspora can come and develop the country, and we need community federalism to solve the Anglophone crisis. We need to change the system of education. We need to reform even our military system. We need to reform so much. We need to digitalize all our system, and Cabral is putting this on the table. Please, Cameroonians from north to south, east to west, vote for the orange ballot paper. Vote for change, and together we succeed. Thank you.
All right, Chantal Kambiwa, your last message to Cameroonians. You're looking at the camera just directly in front of you, and you're addressing Cameroonians what they need to do as they go to the polls tomorrow.
Fellow Cameroonians, as you go to the polling box tomorrow, choose this yellow gold with the unique, the only woman in this campaign. This is a mother, and we know what it means to be a mother. Women, we are more than 52% of the population. If even half our problems are resolved, Cameroonian can feel better. Please, don't look at the color of the political party. We have the same problems, no matter our origin. No matter our political party, no matter our situation in the society, women has problems. Together, we want to send a strong message to Cameroonians who are going to come with us tomorrow and choose this yellow gold paper with the unique and only woman on it, Ermina Patricia Tomai Nundamjoya.
Thank you so much, Chantal Kambiwa. Thank you, Benedict Ekunde, coming from the Southwest region, and Patricia that had to do everything to, I'm already calling her Patricia, and Chantal that had to do everything to be here in the studio to talk about her own candidate. And we've come to the end of the program, debriefing the campaign, just to make our audience understand that campaigns ends at exactly midnight, and tomorrow at 8 a.m. Cameroonians will be going to the polls to vote.